In the realm of ufology, where shadows dance with speculation and truth often seems stranger than fiction, the emergence of a credible whistleblower can send shockwaves through the community and beyond. Jason Sands, a name whispered in hushed tones among those who dare to delve into the mysteries of the unknown, has become such a figure. His recent appearance on the widely respected Julian Dorey Podcast has ignited a firestorm of debate and intrigue, thrusting him into the spotlight and forcing the world to confront his extraordinary claims. Sands is not your typical self-proclaimed UFO enthusiast, prone to wild theories and unverifiable anecdotes. His background, shrouded in secrecy and steeped in the world of intelligence, lends an air of gravity to his pronouncements. A former member of the United States intelligence community, he claims to have had first-hand experience with classified information regarding unidentified aerial phenomena, more commonly known as UFOs. He speaks with the measured tone of someone accustomed to dealing with sensitive information, carefully choosing his words and avoiding the sensationalism that often plagues this field. His demeanor is not that of a man seeking fame or fortune, but rather of a reluctant witness compelled to share what he knows with the world. This is the testimony of a man who claims to have peered behind the curtain, to have seen the machinery of secrecy at work, and to have emerged from the shadows with a story that demands to be told. His willingness to speak out, to risk his reputation and potentially his safety, speaks volumes. For decades, the subject of UFOs has been relegated to the fringes of public discourse, dismissed as the stuff of science fiction and conspiracy theories. Governments around the world have maintained a policy of secrecy and denial, fueling speculation and mistrust. However, the tide seems to be turning. In recent years, there has been a growing movement towards transparency, driven in part by the efforts of whistleblowers like Jason Sands. Sands's decision to step forward is a testament to the power of truth and the importance of open dialogue. He represents a growing number of individuals, many with backgrounds in government and the military, who are no longer content to remain silent in the face of what they perceive as a massive cover-up. These individuals, often at great personal risk, are coming forward to share their experiences and challenge the official narrative. The legacy of secrecy surrounding UFOs is deeply rooted in a complex web of political, military, and technological concerns. For decades, governments have sought to control the narrative, fearing the potential consequences of widespread public knowledge about the true nature of the phenomenon. The demand for transparency is growing louder, and the pressure on governments to reveal what they know is intensifying. The digital age has become a double-edged sword for ufology. It connects like-minded individuals but also breeds misinformation. Jason Sands broke his silence on the Julian Dorey Podcast. Dorey approached the interview with skepticism and curiosity. Sands' appearance ignited debate and interest in his story. Jason Sands' revelations on the Julian Dorey Podcast were explosive, exposing a decades-long conspiracy to hide the truth about UFOs. He claimed the government has secret programs studying UFO materials and reverse engineering their technology. These programs operate outside congressional oversight, shrouded in secrecy. Sands described a reality where powerful individuals hide the truth about UFOs. He spoke of threats and intimidation tactics to maintain secrecy. Sands painted a picture of a paranoid government driven by fear. He claimed the government has recovered crashed UFOs and contacted extraterrestrial beings. These beings possess technology far beyond our understanding. Sands' claims challenge our scientific, philosophical, and religious beliefs. His revelations opened a Pandora's box of questions, casting doubt on official statements. Section 3. Reverse Engineering the Enigma. Central to Jason Sands' revelations were his claims about clandestine government programs dedicated to reverse engineering recovered UFO technology. He described these programs as operating with virtually unlimited budgets, driven by a relentless pursuit of technological superiority and fueled by an insatiable curiosity about the capabilities of these advanced craft. Sands alleged that these programs have made significant strides in understanding and replicating certain aspects of UFO technology, potentially leading to breakthroughs in areas such as propulsion, energy generation, and materials science. According to Sands, the recovery and analysis of these exotic materials have yielded tantalizing clues about their composition and potential applications. He spoke of materials exhibiting seemingly impossible properties, defying our current understanding of physics and hinting at the existence of entirely new branches of science waiting to be discovered. He described alloys capable of withstanding extreme temperatures and pressures, exhibiting anti-gravity effects, and possessing the ability to manipulate electromagnetic fields in ways that defy conventional explanation. Sands' claims, if true, suggest that the technological landscape of our world may be far more advanced than we realize, shaped by the clandestine study and replication of extraterrestrial artifacts. The implications of such technology falling into the wrong hands are staggering, raising concerns about a new arms race driven by the pursuit of weapons systems based on principles beyond our current comprehension. The potential for both progress and destruction inherent in such a scenario is a sobering thought, underscoring the need for transparency and international cooperation in the face of such transformative discoveries. Section 1, Project Moondust, Secrets from the Stars. Within the labyrinthine corridors of power lies the truth about Project Moondust. This clandestine operation represents one of the most compelling chapters in UFO lore. Jason Sands revealed its existence, hinting at profound implications for humanity. Initiated in the Cold War, Project Moondust focused on retrieving and analyzing downed aerial objects. Its primary objective was the analysis of objects suspected of extraterrestrial origin. Section 2, The Exploitation of Ignorance, Operation Blue Fly. Jason Sands revealed on the Julian Dorey Podcast that Operation Blue Fly was about manipulating public perception of UFOs. The program aimed to discredit witnesses and maintain a narrative dismissing UFOs. It planted ridiculing stories, labeled witnesses as unstable, and fostered skepticism. Sands claimed it was effective, making UFOs a taboo subject. Section 3, The Unveiling of Majestic-12. Jason Sands, in his explosive interview on the Julian Dorey Podcast, addressed the controversial legend of Majestic-12, or MJ-12. Allegedly formed in 1947 under President Truman, MJ-12 has been the subject of speculation for decades. Sands claimed MJ-12 was a real secretive group managing the government's UFO interactions. Comprised of top scientists, military leaders, and intelligence officials, their mandate was to assess UFO threats and study their technology. Sands described MJ-12 as operating with virtually unlimited resources and secrecy. If true, MJ-12's existence raises profound questions about democracy and the rule of law. Section 1. Echoes in the Darkness, Corroborating the Claims. Jason Sands' revelations on the Julian Dorey Podcast sent shockwaves through the UFO community, igniting debate about the veracity of his claims. While Sands' testimony was compelling, it was essential to examine his allegations within a broader context, comparing them to the accounts of other credible whistleblowers and searching for corroborating evidence from independent sources. The quest for truth in the realm of ufology is fraught with misinformation and the possibility of deliberate deception. However, by carefully analyzing the available data points and connecting the dots, it is possible to discern patterns and identify potential avenues for further investigation. One of the most striking aspects of Sands' testimony was its resonance with the claims of other individuals who have come forward over the years, alleging first-hand knowledge of government involvement in UFO-related activities. The stories of these whistleblowers, often coming from vastly different backgrounds and possessing varying levels of security clearance, nonetheless paint a remarkably consistent picture of a decades-long cover-up involving the recovery and analysis of crashed UFOs, the study of their advanced technology, and the suppression of information that could challenge the prevailing scientific paradigm. This convergence of accounts from individuals with seemingly little to gain and much to lose by speaking out lends credence to the notion that there is indeed a hidden truth to be uncovered, a truth that powerful forces have gone to great lengths to conceal. Among the most compelling corroborating accounts is the testimony of Bob Lazar, a former physicist who claims to have worked at a secret facility known as S4, located near Area 51 in the Nevada desert. Lazar's allegations, first made public in the late 1980s, bear striking similarities to Sands' claims, particularly regarding the existence of government programs dedicated to reverse engineering recovered UFO technology. Lazar provided detailed descriptions of the craft he claimed to have worked on, outlining their propulsion systems, power sources, and even the materials from which they were constructed. His accounts, while met with skepticism from some quarters, have nonetheless resonated with many researchers, particularly those who believe that the government possesses technology far beyond what is publicly acknowledged. Further support for Sands' claims can be found in the growing body of declassified government documents related to UFOs. While these documents, often heavily redacted and lacking in context, may not provide definitive proof of alien visitation or clandestine government programs, they nonetheless reveal a high level of interest in and concern about UFOs within the intelligence community dating back decades. The existence of programs such as Project Blue Book, the Air Force's official investigation into UFOs from 1952 to 1969, demonstrates that the government has taken the phenomenon seriously, even if their public pronouncements have often been dismissive. Section 1. Echoes in the Darkness, Corroborating the Claims. Jason Sands' revelations on the Julian Dorey Podcast sent shockwaves through the UFO community, igniting debate about the veracity of his claims. While Sands' testimony was compelling, it was essential to examine his allegations within a broader context, comparing them to the accounts of other credible whistleblowers and searching for corroborating evidence from independent sources. The quest for truth in the realm of ufology is fraught with misinformation and the possibility of deliberate deception. However, by carefully analyzing the available data points and connecting the dots, it is possible to discern patterns and identify potential avenues for further investigation. One of the most striking aspects of Sands' testimony was its resonance with the claims of other individuals who have come forward over the years, alleging first-hand knowledge of government involvement in UFO-related activities. The stories of these whistleblowers, often coming from vastly different backgrounds and possessing varying levels of security clearance, nonetheless paint a remarkably consistent picture of a decades-long cover-up involving the recovery and analysis of crashed UFOs, the study of their advanced technology, and the suppression of information that could challenge the prevailing scientific paradigm. This convergence of accounts from individuals with seemingly little to gain and much to lose by speaking out lends credence to the notion that there is indeed a hidden truth to be uncovered, a truth that powerful forces have gone to great lengths to conceal. Among the most compelling corroborating accounts is the testimony of Bob Lazar, a former physicist who claims to have worked at a secret facility known as S4, located near Area 51 in the Nevada desert. Lazar's allegations, first made public in the late 1980s, bear striking similarities to Sands's claims, particularly regarding the existence of government programs dedicated to reverse engineering recovered UFO technology. Lazar provided detailed descriptions of the craft he claimed to have worked on, outlining their propulsion systems, power sources, and even the materials from which they were constructed. His accounts, while met with skepticism from some quarters, have nonetheless resonated with many researchers, particularly those who believe that the government possesses technology far beyond what is publicly acknowledged. Further support for Sands's claims can be found in the growing body of declassified government documents related to UFOs. While these documents, often heavily redacted and lacking in context, may not provide definitive proof of alien visitation or clandestine government programs, they nonetheless reveal a high level of interest in and concern about UFOs within the intelligence community dating back decades. The existence of programs such as Project Blue Book, the Air Force's official investigation into UFOs from 1952 to 1969, demonstrates that the government has taken the phenomenon seriously, even if their public pronouncements have often been dismissive. Section 2. The Weight of Silence, Government Non-Denial. In the shadowy world of intelligence, denials can be as revealing as confirmations. The absence of a categorical refutation can hint at a deeper truth. In ufology, the government's mix of obfuscation and non-confirmations fuels speculation. Jason Sands' revelations have thrust this issue back into the spotlight. The government's response avoids outright denials while refraining from confirming specifics. This strategy maintains plausible deniability and avoids legal ramifications. This approach can be seen as tacit acknowledgement of more to the story. The weight of silence can indicate a cover-up. Governments prioritize secrecy, especially on matters that could undermine national security. The UFO phenomenon threatens national security, social order, and power structures. The government's non-denial suggests there is something to hide. This secrecy raises questions about power, government authority, and the public's right to know. Jason Sands' revelations on the Julian Dorey Podcast have opened a Pandora's box of questions, challenging our understanding of the universe and our place within it. If his claims are true, the implications are profound, reaching far beyond science fiction and into the very heart of what it means to be human in a cosmos teeming with possibilities. The existence of advanced extraterrestrial intelligence would necessitate a fundamental reassessment of our place in the cosmic order. It would force us to confront the limitations of our current scientific understanding and the very nature of reality itself. Sands' assertion that the government has recovered crashed UFOs and made contact with extraterrestrial beings is tantalizing. The implications of such contact, if confirmed, are staggering. It would suggest that we are not alone in the universe, that intelligent life has arisen independently elsewhere, and that our planet has been visited by beings with technology far exceeding our own. The nature of this contact, whether benevolent, indifferent, or hostile, remains speculative. The possibility of such an encounter forces us to confront profound philosophical, spiritual, and existential questions. The existence of advanced extraterrestrial technology raises both exciting possibilities and terrifying risks. The study of such technology could lead to breakthroughs in energy generation and countless other fields, solving humanity's most pressing challenges. However, the weaponization of such technology could pose an existential threat to human civilization. The UFO phenomenon serves as a powerful reminder of the vastness of the unknown and the limitations of our current understanding. It challenges us to remain open to new possibilities and to approach the universe with a sense of wonder and humility. Whether the truth about UFOs proves to be mundane or extraordinary, the journey of discovery itself is invaluable, forcing us to confront our place in the cosmos and to grapple with the profound implications of a universe that is far stranger and more wondrous than we could have ever imagined. Jason Sands' explosive revelations on the Julian Dorey Podcast reignited the UFO debate, sparking speculation and calls for transparency. His testimony resonated with many but faced scrutiny from those demanding concrete evidence. The world of ufology is littered with claims that crumbled under scrutiny, exposed as hoaxes or misinterpretations. The quest for definitive proof is daunting, plagued with challenges and skepticism. The phenomenon's elusiveness and association with secrecy make it difficult to pin down scientifically. Eyewitness accounts can be unreliable, influenced by perception and memory. Photographic evidence can be easily manipulated or dismissed as hoaxes. The scientific community often approaches UFOs with skepticism bordering on dismissal. The lack of a coherent theoretical framework and association with fringe science hinders ufology in mainstream academia. The burden of proof becomes insurmountable, leading to skepticism and ridicule. Despite challenges, the pursuit of evidence continues, driven by a dedicated community of researchers. They scour declassified documents, analyze witness testimony, and investigate crash sites, hoping to find that elusive piece of evidence. Their efforts represent a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge. Jason Sands' explosive revelations on the Julian Dorey Podcast were met with a wave of skepticism. Critics argue that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and Sands' testimony falls short. The scientific community points to the lack of verifiable evidence and the implausibility of interstellar travel. Skeptics highlight the absence of physical proof and official acknowledgement from government agencies. They suggest these accounts are likely misinterpretations or fabrications rather than evidence of revolutionary technology. The history of UFO hoaxes and human perception errors further fuels their doubt. The quest for validation, seeking truth in an age of uncertainty. Jason Sands' revelations on the Julian Dorey Podcast have reignited a debate about the nature of truth and the burden of proof in an age where discerning fact from fiction is challenging. His claims, if true, would represent a paradigm shift in our understanding of the universe and our place within it. The quest to validate or debunk his allegations requires a careful examination of evidence and a willingness to challenge assumptions. The pursuit of truth in the realm of ufology requires engaging with unconventional sources and exploring alternative explanations. Whether Jason Sands' revelations prove true or false, the journey of exploration forces us to confront the mysteries of the universe and the limits of our knowledge. Public reactions between awe and incredulity. Jason Sands' appearance on the Julian Dorey Podcast sent ripples of shock and intrigue across the digital landscape. The public grappled with Sands' detailed recollections and claims of first-hand experience with classified information. The reaction was a mix of awe, incredulity, fear and wonder. For many, Sands' testimony validated their long-held suspicions about UFOs. Online forums lit up with discussions dissecting every detail of his interview. Social media platforms became hotbeds of debate, with hashtags trending. The interview sparked renewed interest in UFO history and government cover-ups. Books, documentaries, and articles on these subjects saw a surge in popularity. The younger generation embraced Sands' message with excitement and trepidation. However, Sands' revelations were not met with universal acceptance. Skeptics and debunkers emerged, eager to poke holes in his story. The mainstream media eventually picked up on the online buzz. The public was left to navigate this informational minefield and decide for themselves. The walls of silence, official response and evasion. The deafening silence from official channels after Jason Sands' interview reinforced the perception of a government more interested in secrecy than open dialogue. The Department of Defense acknowledged public interest in UFOs but sidestepped confirming Sands' claims. The White House echoed this cautious stance, emphasizing national security. Requests for more information were met with bureaucratic roadblocks, citing national security. This lack of transparency deepened mistrust and suspicion among the public. The intelligence community maintained its characteristic silence, neither confirming nor denying Sands' allegations. The CIA, NSA, and other agencies remained hidden behind classification and non-disclosure agreements. This wall of silence, while frustrating, was not unexpected. The intelligence community is designed to protect secrets, often at odds with democratic transparency. The lack of official response amplified the impact of Sands' revelations, fueling public interest in UFOs. The government's secrecy created a vacuum filled by speculation and conspiracy theories. The public, armed with the internet, demanded answers, challenging the government's secrecy. The stage was set for a new chapter in ufology, with the public demanding truth and transparency. The Unsettling Dawn. Jason Sands' revelations have left an indelible mark on ufology. His claims force us to confront the unsettling possibility that we are not alone. Our planet may have been visited by beings with advanced technology. The implications are staggering, challenging our understanding of the universe. We stand at the precipice of a new era of discovery. The search for answers will continue, driven by our insatiable curiosity, our yearning for meaning, and our desire to know we are not alone in the cosmos.